G'day guys, I'm Rayner, and the boys at Fishing World magazine have asked me to just take a few minutes to show you through what is my new Evolution 600 Extreme. It's used for recreation fishing with the family and mates, but also for when we're filming Fishing Edge TV program. Starting at the back end, we've got the 115 Mercury CTs, or Command Thrust. They've got that bigger footprint gearbox, which gives this boat amazing hole shot and amazing power through the mid-range revs. It's a 2.1 litre engine as well, which is more than most other outboards on the market in that size, which are about a 1.7 to 1.8 litre motor. The other thing that we've done with the transom on this boat, it's slightly modified. We've gone from the single live bait tank in the port side to now having twin live bait tanks. I originally thought, who would ever want two live bait tanks? But let me tell you, down home in Victoria, when we're chasing kingfish and stuff, we often use slimy mackerel and yakkers for bait, but we also use arrow squid or big calamari. Being able to keep those guys separated stops the fights and stops baits from being killed. The other beautiful thing that we've got in this boat, and it's come through seriously just time on the water and working out what does and doesn't work, inbuilt slimy mackerel tubes. The great thing about Australia is it is the perfect place for trailer boat offshore game fishing, and especially striped marlin fishing every summer. So this is what I've primarily designed the back of this boat for. We can hold lots of baits, we can have the slimies in the tubes to get into the billfish. The other thing, we've got the custom made snapper racks from Quality Marine for when we're doing our bait fishing. It holds the rods flat, allows us to have great spread to fish multiple rods, also a nice big bait board. All of that stuff can be easily removed. It all drops in, drops out, all that sort of stuff. When we're game fishing, as we come further forward, lots of rod holders, big wide gunnels, and up here, one of my favourite things on the boat, my Relax Junior 600 bases. Simply fold out like that with a set of 16-foot poles from Black Pete. They're really stiff, the bases are just so solid, and most of all, when we hook up, if we need to get that pole up, it's simply a matter of pulling that up, flipping that around, and we can get into chasing that billfish or giant tuna. As we move up into the workstation, I call it, where we drive, where the sounders and the electronics are, you'll notice there's no passenger seat. I've got a great big ice box that sits here. We use it to store the camera, but it's also just a great dry storage. It's got a padded seat, and we can slide that wherever we need in this boat. Up on the helm, you've got the digital controls in the Mercury Smartcraft gauges. It gives us all our fuel flow, all our revs, and everything like that. There's a little piece over here that I'm going to show you in a minute because it has been top secret for months, and this is one of the first boats in the world to be trialed with this new piece of gear. But for now, the Simrad NSS 12 touchscreen sounder and the NSS 9, which is my GPS. Both of these talk to each other. They go through a big BSM box, which just translates all the information from the two transducers that are flush mounted in the hull. They're both chirp transducers. One's high frequency, one's low frequency, and that gives us the best of every option. Whether the water's 5 meters deep or 500 meters deep, we're going to see what's going on. But if you come up here, this is where it all sort of happens. This is one of the new active trim systems, which, let me tell you, for a monkey like me who's not that good at driving boats, this does it all. Basically, as you take off, the motors trim in. As it gets to a certain point, those motors find the perfect trim for the boat to give you the perfect ride. As you make a sharp turn, they will literally dig in so you don't get prop slip and stuff like that. It's all about making life easy. The other little things I've done, guys, that make this boat perfect for me is lots of rod storage, lots of clutter-free space. The deck is very, very free. We've got storage in the back of the seat. There's plenty of room up in the front of the boat, and I do a lot of night fishing as well. So we've gone Nava lights, full marine lights, not just any old stuff, but spotlights, under-gunnel lights, and there's even a great big spotlight there because the ultimate dream in fishing is to catch that giant fish offshore and have to run in at 10 o'clock at night because you've been fighting him well into the dark. When it's all set up right, you know you've got it done. From the wiring in the back to everything in the front, this is my perfect boat.